We're here with Wylie Bulldog basketball, and this is the first round of the playoffs here. I am Wright Singleton. Joining me is Cade Paramore, and we're going to watch the intros here. You sure you don't want this one, Paramore? We've got a chair in the way here on the broadcast. It's about to get the Bob Knight treatment. No, not really. But we're excited for this one to tip off. The Wylie Bulldogs have been nothing short of exceptional this season. They blistered through district, going an easy 8-0, perhaps the easiest 8-0 of all time, macerating their opponents consistently with margins of victory well above 45 points. They go in, of course, facing the 4th seed, Palo Duro Dons. And a bit of rivalry and backstory with this one, Cade, if you want to get into that one a little.
Well, last year, folks, as you may remember, Wylie did exceptional in their district last year for girls and made it all the way to the playoffs. And last year, playing this Palo Duro team, a team that had some hype, but not as much hype as the Wylie Bulldogs had, Wylie bombing out in the first round to this Palo Duro team. So there's a little bit of a rivalry tonight. We've got a real pressure cooker here.
An intense history between these two as we see the tip won by Duro. And number 4 is going to start to aggress with the ball, Zainab Dang. And it's out to 20 as she starts to attack. Number 20's name, Abilene Johnson. Rebounded here by the Bulldogs, 22, London Franklin, who's trapped by 2 people. Maroney screams forward to get it. Teresa Nduki, the defensive wizard, sends a cross-court pass that's intercepted. But look at Teresa, known for her pressure defenses, up in the business of the offense early.
Yes, very much so. Also want to note tonight, Wylie is down 1 girl. Ileana Davis has departed the team to pursue her track career this year. So that's 1 center tonight that Wylie's down.
And we wish Ileana the very best of luck in her track career as that one sails errantly out of bounds.
It'll be number 2, Bria Smith, to inbound it.
Yeah, out in the 1 corner. She doesn't want it, though. Kicks it into the post. Number 4 rockets it up at the backboard, but it rattles out. About a minute through this one, still 0-0. Again, if you're unfamiliar, it's best of 1 single elimination format. So whichever team loses here is donezo. And that is a fate that the Bulldogs are really trying to fade, as it unexpectedly happened to them at the end of their exceptional season last year. A very early surprise ending to that year. And this year, to Paramore's point, they're really trying to put together a deep run, as once again they've just really given their district an incredibly hard time, and it'll be interesting to see how they play some of these non-district opponents.
Very much so. This is a much larger Wylie team than we've seen from last year. Last year running an 8-man team. This year running 14 girls, well now 13 minus Ileana. So it's a much bigger team. They've got a lot more depth this year.
Couldn't agree more with that, as the defensive wizard, Teresa Nduki, picks it away, and she's fighting desperately, trying to get it in to her, but her timeout gets called. And a great job by Teresa to aggressively attack that ball. Not only that, but really cause a turnover and get them to burn a timeout too, and we'll take a very timeout of our own. This is Wylie Bulldog Basketball, powered by Taylor Electric on the Wylie Bulldog Sports Network.
At Taylor Electric Cooperative, we are more than just the services we provide. For generations, we have been the link that has connected members to our local community. From those who remember when the lights were first turned on to those who rely daily on our high-speed fiber internet, we are here to make certain that those connections never dim. Because we understand that the most important connection we will ever make is the one we make together. At Taylor Electric, we have provided generations with services for living and connections for life.
Wylie Bulldog Productions returns with Wylie Bulldog Basketball, still 0-0 in this one. It is the first round of the playoffs. The Wylie Bulldogs going into this game as the heavy favorite. And the defensive wizard, Teresa Nduki, number 1, player that should really just jump out at you. A pressure defender, defensive player of the year last year, and she will consistently press her opponents. And that one taken away by the Dogs. Lots of aggressive pressure defense being employed by both sides early, Paramore.
Yes, you're right. Teresa Nduki has played exceptional defense so far, as Brianna is going to attempt to drive in and get a play set up.
Yeah, and she'll kick to Presley, to Teresa. Maroney trying to jockey for position by baseline. Back to Teresa.
With this defense tonight, Wylie will really have to utilize London Franklin. She's really known for her catch-and-shoot style of play. When she's open, she's going to take her shot.
That's a great point from you, Paramore, as Teresa finds her into the paint. Presley to Biggerstaff, driving, kicking to the corner, but great defense took the mustard off the pass. Here's Teresa kicking, pump fake. Great defense here from Duro.
Brianna looking to get something set up here.
20, playing a little aggro. That's Adeline Johnson.
Stolen away.
Yep. Easy lay-in.
That was number 5, Taylor Meander.
The freshman. Tall young woman for a freshman. Bright career ahead of her. Note the aggressive trap being employed by Duro, and they're sort of trapping off the rip and then setting up in a very solid defense afterwards.
Doing my research earlier today, Taylor Meander, when I was looking through my looking through the Max Preps thing, it says she's 6'1". She had multiple news articles written about her. She's really led this team so far.
Is this number 5 you're referring to?
Yes, number 5.
Yeah, she'll be the player to watch on Duro for sure. Presley to Teresa, mid-range, rattles out. Deflected to the aforementioned Zainab Ding.
She at number 20. Adeline Johnson, long 3. Won't go.
Back ironed. Swatted away. Duro retains the rebound. Spin move. Doesn't go. Low scoring affair so far. Great defense from these ladies.
Very great defense. Presley Rasmussen and Joy Maroney. They have led this team for 4 years, and they have played excellent defense all 4 of those years. They're known for it. We'll see Chloe Vieta and Cameron Long check in, along with Jenna Strickland, star volleyball player.
Yeah, as a 3 gets drained. Long 2, rather. Yeah, you were talking about the depth of this Wylie team, and it's a point well taken as they're trying to break the press. And even though Wylie frequently employs the press on their own side, it's really given them trouble so far as the 3 ball doesn't go. Rebounded by number 1, Desiree Burks. Off of Franklin. Franklin will try to start the attack. 2v1. She has Vieta if she wants it. Contact and 1. That'll go.
Great play right there by London Franklin, the way she really uses her body to draw those fouls.
Yes, and whenever you're attacking in that manner, you have to be oh so ready for the contact, and even if you're braced for it, it can be hard to finish because obviously you can get hit low or high, hard or soft. Franklin really did a great job tanking through the contact and getting the grimy finish.
Free throw won't go for Franklin.
And Duro grabs the rebound. And Adeline Johnson will begin the attack.
Meander drives in, won't go. Rebounded by number 1.
Yeah, Desiree doesn't get the three-point play, but will get the foul call, so 2 shots coming up for Desiree.
Number 5, Taylor Meander for 2 shots.
That one will go. I'd like to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Taylor Cooperative. Taylor Cooperative is still owned by the members that serve, still neighbors working for neighbors, services for living, connections for life. Taylor Cooperative, as that one falls as well. So it's a 4-point lead for the Dons. London Franklin will begin the assault.
The Dons pressing hard early on in this game.
Yep, an errant pass to no one there, unfortunately. And Adeline will try to attack, kicks it, wide open. She'll take it, count it. 3-ball drain. There's a timeout from Hopper. Bulldogs on the ropes. We'll be back after this. This is the Wylie Bulldog basketball powered by Tay Electric on the Wylie Bulldog Sports Network.
At Borland Sobin & Partners, your comfort comes first. We understand that going to the dentist can be stressful, so we designed everything to make your visit as easy and relaxed as possible. You'll find a warm team, a welcoming space, and gentle care that focuses on keeping you pain-free. If you're in pain, we offer same-day appointments because you shouldn't have to wait for relief. Whether it's a cleaning or something more involved, we make sure you feel safe, heard, and taken care of every step of the way.
Hello, Wylie sports fans. We're back. So far, the Dons have quite an edge so far on the Bulldogs. Score of 9-2 so far up here in Lubbock. Quite windy day, but a great day for a basketball game.
Yes, in what would be a truly wretched day to try to throw the football around outside with these insane panhandle winds about. It is a beautiful day to be inside and play basketball. Got a banger here for you today. First round of the playoffs and a rematch of a big upset from last year. The Palo Duro Dons beat Wylie in the first round of the playoffs last season when the Bulldogs were the heavy favorite. And unfortunately, it's not a great start for them today as it's 9-2 Palo Duro. And Palo Duro has employed not only an aggressive trapping defense but a very solid zone on the back end. The Bulldogs haven't been anything going offensively. It's been a struggle for them.
Coming out of the timeout, we'll see Cameron Long get her first minutes of the game.
Oh, it's stuffed. That one was really telegraphed as that one's laid in easily. And whenever you look at the person that you're going to pass to 4 seconds before you throw it, it lets the defender seal that lane off. As Teresa gets her pocket picked, that almost never happens. It's almost always the other way around with Teresa. In fact, I think that's literally the first time I've seen her get the ball stolen in the backcourt. So the press really working here for the Dons. And Wylie turns it over again. And the Dons on the assault here, 13-2, all Duro. Adeline driving aggro, Euro step, doesn't go. Rebounded by 55 for Wylie. Great play from her. And they'll give it to Teresa. That was Jenna Strickland, the talented, consistent volleyball player with the board. Press defense, super aggressive here from Duro, wide open. Doesn't go. Teresa with the rebound, back into the post. Another wide open shooter. Doesn't go. 5, gets it blocked away. Maroney, you can count that one. A desperately needed 2 points for the Dogs.
Yeah, you can tell Wylie's trying to slow it down and get something set up, but Duro is just playing such an aggressive press style of defense so early on.
Yes, and the Teresa Nduki, the defensive wizard, getting a steal there. But great defense there from Palo Duro as they're just playing with merciless ferocity. And they're able to sort of shut down the break there, as even whenever Wylie is trying to find the open lady for the pass, the lane is often cut off. But it will be Wylie ball. Teresa to inbound. They're down bad here late in the first.
Rasmussen to check back into the game along with Brianna Biggerstaff.
Calling for a screen. To Teresa, to Rasmussen. Shoulder fake, wide open. Out. 10 with the board, back out. Doesn't go. And rebounded by Duro. Duro with the assault. Maybe Teresa can pick the pocket here.
That's what she's known for all season. She's played such a ferocious style of defense, stealing those balls multiple times.
And speaking of closeouts that are ferocious, London Franklin there swatting that one away. Good play from her. Sub in. Ava Jarrett gonna check in. 23.
Ava Jarrett, a known role player for the team. I'm excited to see what she'll do.
A bit of a shooting style player. And she'll start her dribble. Zainab Dang. Number 5, she's the star, remember, young phenom. Kicks to the corner. Good foot movement by number 1. Another cross-court pass. Adeline back to their star. Into the paint. Number 4, good ball movement, man. What a feed from her.
Excellent ball movement right there by the Doms. Getting an easy 2. 15-4 is our score.
Yeah, number 4, Zainab Dang, and then number 5, Taylor Neander, really popping off. Teresa, long ball, doesn't go. Under 30 seconds left here. It's been all Dawn's. Cross-court pass intercepted by 10. Well done from her. That's Biggerstaff, but another dangerous pass is given back. And this is 2v1 Rasmussen all alone, but here are her helpers. That one is closed out by number 20, Adeline Johnson. And with 9 seconds left, Teresa is going to see what she can get done. We got 5 seconds left. The defensive wizard attacking, kicking. Last shot of the quarter. Doesn't go. A brutal start for the Bulldogs unfolds. This is this is the worst quarter we have seen them play by far. This is the most they have struggled by far. And this opponent looks like it is a clear tick above anyone they played in district. Cade Paramore, what jumped out to you about that really one-sided first quarter?
Well, Coach A.J. Johnson of Palo Duro runs a really tight-knit team, and it's obvious that we've seen so far the defense has just been immaculate so far for the Doms, and they've really shut down the Bulldogs. They're really going to need some ball movement, and they're going to need some cooperation to get this ball in the hoop.
I agree with you. And one thing that sort of jumps out to me when I think like aggro press defense is sort of like Billy Donovan style. We're live! Is this idea that I just love it when people walk in front of the camera. That's really funny, especially when they're explicitly told not to. Pretty gross. But when we think about the super aggro press defense, it often has the flaw of if you can get it to the person behind the press can sort of break apart. There's not a safety back there, as if you're running the super aggro version especially. The Dons are able to press up multiple people, which is intelligent and hard to deal with, but then also get back on their zone when it matters. So the Bulldogs will begin their fight back here. They have fought all season long to get into these playoffs, and it seems like a nightmare from last season is starting to unfold again. They'll try to stop the bleeding as Jarrett has it deflected out of bounds. The Dons not giving an inch.
No, and most of the time you don't see a hard aggro press defense until late in the game, but they've really implied it early on.
Yeah, right off the rip as a whistle gets blown as Teresa goes down. And you love to see Franklin running over instantly and helping her ally.
Yes, Franklin and Teresa work very well together. Teresa starts the play, hands it to Biggerstaff.
Foul.
They'll call it on number 1, Desire Burks.
Maroney coming back in, an established senior star with pop, like Jason Giambi.
Very much so.
The Biggerstaff trying to direct the offense. Note the Dons are really prioritizing defending the paint as opposed to the outside.
Wylie's yet to get any good ball movement so far in the paint. We don't usually see Rasmussen at the top of the key like that.
Yes, and whenever we think about how Wylie plays, so often they play in this aggressive, cohesive, snowballing manner. I mean, the Wichita Falls Memorial game comes to mind. It's 12-0, 2 minutes in, and Memorial hasn't even really gotten to take off yet, and that's almost every game Wylie's played this year. They snowball on their opponent super hard. They put their opponents in a position where it feels like they're never going to be able to break out of it. So we'll see how they will react to be put in that spot, which is not a spot that they are really ever in. Because as we have said, and if you watch the live streams, you'll know that they just demolish their district opponents. Margins of victories in the 50 and 60-point ranges.
Yes, Wylie dropped a career-high 69 points this year. In game, compared to any other team in the district, that's way more than we've seen any other team in the district do.
They had multiple games, 60-plus. I think even one against Ahai was 75. But, yeah, they were really –
I think you're right. Final score 70-something to 12.
And to your point, I think the record was the number you said, and then the 75-point game happened later as a huge tangle happens there. And fortunately, it looks like everyone's okay as Duro will start their attack. That one uncorked from deep doesn't go, rebounded by Wylie. Franklin is seeing what she can get done. And going back to the possession before the Duro one, it was a great job by the defender to really get a hand in the face of the person with the ball. The defenders for Duro are just so fastidious here.
Biggerstaff running around, hounded on by Johnson.
Poked away, and Dookie there, though. Franklin open, doesn't want it. Rasmussen sort of calling for the ball on the block, trying to find her positioning. And it's thrown right to Maroney, underhand, batted away. You really have to give credit for the Dons. They're always obstructing the passing lanes, but they're constantly pressuring the ball as well. Their coach really does have them playing together well as a unit. I love that point that you brought up earlier. This is a really well-coached team.
Strickland will check in for Maroney, as we'll see Teresa inbound it, trying to get anything to fall.
I think they want some size here. They're going with Strickland. They're trying to get the ball into the low block. She's also a great rebounder. That one uncorked, doesn't go. Rasmussen hits it, and the whistle will blow.
To your point, we have seen Jenna Strickland use her size all year in basketball and in volleyball, too. That makes her a very good two-way player.
Yeah, in volleyball, she played a sort of hyper-consistent, front-lining, accurate style. In basketball, she's a rebound-first 5. And she wears 55. So Duro will start the attack here. And we see someone we haven't really seen on the court so much, number 10, Devrea Gilbreth. Or no, that's the wrong name. It's Danny Gilbreth.
Johnson, long three, won't go. Rebounded, and it'll be tipped out, and
Duro's ball. I think Teresa had a hand on that at the end.
Coach Dwayne Hopper for the Dogs, telling them what play to use.
Yep. And I don't know what that's called, but they do that sort of 4-stack fan out as that one goes for Adeline. She's had a great game, number 20, Adeline Johnson. As it's 19-4, the Bulldogs have been flummoxed defensively here. And look at Strickland, jockeying for position, back out to Nduki. Adeline right on her. London Franklin sitting out in the corner, kind of alone.
Time ticking on the clock.
Absolutely. That one into the paint. Strickland doesn't want it, though. Teresa, mid-range, doesn't go. Good defense. London Franklin doesn't go. Rasmussen tips it but can't grab it. The defensive wizard went in there aggressively but unfortunately gets whistled. It was a really good attempt from her, an intelligent idea to go around the back end and try to snag that one.
When it comes to paint shots, Wylie hasn't necessarily made bad shots. It's just none of them will fall. You know, we saw the great putback right there from London. It just wouldn't go in.
Yeah, that London shot is one that you expect to fall probably 8 out of 10 times. Teresa gets a hand on it there. What a play from her.
A very catch-and-shoot player, like we said, London Franklin.
Yeah, Teresa's so fun to watch, like even when the Dogs are struggling a bit. She almost causes 2 turnovers right there. Teresa really showing off that, you know, she impacts the game in ways that exceed the stat sheet. As she cut off the passing lane to the guard. Ford takes the shot. It doesn't go. London reels it in, and she'll start the assault. Kicked out to Teresa. Second quarter over halfway done.
Wylie's really got to utilize the rest of this time they have in this half.
Into Presley, fakes it, baseline, jammed up, nowhere to go with it. Two's in the corner, but is unreachable. So that was number 2, Cameron Long, sort of sitting in the corner saying, like, hey, I'm open. But whenever you pick up your dribble and you're trapped by players and a baseline, it can be hard. I'm going to shout out some of our sponsors verbally here. A big ups to Borland, Sobin, and Partners Dentistry. Cosmetic and family dentistry, providing the best care possible, from routine checkups and cleanings to dental implants and orthodontics. Find them online at bspdentistry.com. First Financial Bank. Our success comes from the lifelong relationships we've built with people just like you. Recognized as one of the nation's top performing banks, First Financial Bank. The Shed and Market, your local family-owned and operated one-stop shop for Warning Barbecue and the highest quality butcher shop in Abilene, Texas. Visit them online at 7925 Buffalo Gap Road, the Shed Market. So Paramore, as the score sits at a surprising 19-4, what do the Dogs need to do to get back in this before halftime?
The Dogs have really got to utilize their centers and power forward. You know, we see Jenna Strickland, Presley Rasmussen, even Joy Maroney. You know, they've yet to get the ball in the paint and utilize their size to get shots to fall. Those are easy buckets that they can use. But you got to give credit to the Don defense. They've really locked them up.
Yep, intelligent points from you as that one goes to the Dons as it kicks off a Wylie player. And whenever we watched Wylie throughout the regular season, if you were to ask, like, oh, are they more of an inside or an outside team, it's almost like they just scored at will. It wasn't necessarily like we've got to dump the ball into this specific girl or we're a shoot-first team as Teresa's doing everything she can. So it's flummoxing as Teresa, wow, intercepts it there, fights for it aggressively, and a whistle gets blown.
You got to give credit for the hustle we see out of Teresa time and time again.
It's nonstop from this young woman. What a talent. And Teresa will check out, a welcome reprieve for the Duro point guards.
We'll see number 20, Kaylin Briley, get her first minutes of the game today.
Yep. And
just stolen away.
Instantly gets the ball, and then 2 Wylie girls fight for it. Biggerstaff takes it, kicks to the corner. London Franklin, count that one. A welcome reprieve.
Very much needed 3 right there. Excellent bench rate action. You can see they were excited for that one.
Yep.
And a pass to no one.
That one got tipped by Wylie. It'll remain Duro. That was good defense there. You know, one thing that really stood out to me whenever Duro was hard committing to stopping the paint was the fact that they were sort of seeding the outside shots as the whistle gets blown, and that one rattles in. That's a bad break for the Dogs. But the Dogs were really foregoing a lot of open outside looks. We saw a couple attempted, but there were even more passes than a couple that were thrown out. The shooter was open, and they just didn't want it. So the Dons, in many ways, were sort of forcing their opponents to play in a different style.
Biggerstaff to take it down for the Dogs.
Yep. 21-7. There's not a score that we have seen in a Wylie game this year.
Wylie's coming off a 12-game win streak.
Yeah, and many of those games just utter decimations as a 3 balls launched. Doesn't go, but rebounded. Biggerstaff, money.
Great, easy two-pointer right there.
Yeah, good positioning by Biggerstaff to be there for the board. Those can be some of the hardest ones to defend. Baseline drive, swallowed up, right to 22. Franklin, 3v1 attack. Franklin kicks. Biggerstaff, count that one. And then a whistle gets blown as the Dons are going to say, okay, well, we liked it how it was 2 minutes ago, not this current little run you're on. And we will be back after a break of our own. This is Wylie Bulldog Basketball, powered by Taylor Electric on the Wylie Bulldog Sports Network.
For over 30 years, Lawrence Hall in Abilene has been voted Abilene's best new car dealer by our customers. That's because we offer the best products from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, and the best customer service too. And that is still true today. Great products and great customer service. So the next time you need a new car, truck, or SUV, come see us or visit us online 24/7 at LawrenceHallAbileneOnline.com. Why go anywhere else?
How's it going, everyone? Wylie Bulldogs Productions returns, and we have a first round of the playoffs girls basketball matchup for you. Palo Duro Dons versus Wylie. This one was incredibly one-sided in the first quarter with Palo Duro dominating. The second quarter has been very low scoring, but Wylie has looked better. The score currently sits at 21-11.
Wylie has got a little bit of the rhythm back. We saw in that last play before the timeout, excellent ball handling skills right there by Brianna Biggerstaff.
Yeah, and Jenna Strickland stuffed that one. What a play from her as a fast break is going to start up. Kicked out to Franklin. She'll drive. Foul, points.
Excellent playmaking right there by Franklin.
And it'll be a blocking foul, so she'll get another shot for the and one.
Franklin to take to the line.
It can be overstated how important these points before halftime are. Rattles away. Note Strickland gets a hand on it again, though. Good coaching by Dwayne Hopper to get her in the game, addressing the defense of the Dons with more size. Adeline kicks it to 5, who's their star. Kicks it to 4, who's also very good. That one doesn't go. And again, 55, the volleyball star, Jenna Strickland, a talented player who's just been so solid all season long. Doesn't go. Rebounded and kicked to 4.
Zainab Dang to take it down for the Dons.
Kicked to no one in particular, but lots of white jerseys over there. Adeline back to the backup point guard, whose name is Danny
Long
Gilbreth.
pass.
Yep, lots of long passes. Another one's there. Doesn't go. Rebounded by 4 and 1.
Using her size to an advantage, that's the star sophomore, Zainab Dang.
It was a great play from her, not only to fight for the rebound, but to tenaciously finish. And you know, that's a couple times Wylie has made a great play and has really started to recapture momentum, and the Dons have a three-point play at the other end that neutralizes it a little.
Zainab Dang will sink that one.
So about 15 seconds left. Biggerstaff will try to see what she can get going. Strickland calling for the ball in the paint. About 8 seconds. Biggerstaff drives, doesn't go, short. Strickland got it blocked a touch, it looked like. Outlet pass, time's about to expire, and it does. A little bit of a push at the end there from number 2 on London Franklin, who was aggressively trying to close out her drive.
Hopper trying to argue the foul.
Yep. No call, though, on the late push. So we're going to throw it to a few ads as the Wylie Bulldogs are down by double digits, a very unfamiliar feeling for them. So we're going to run a few ads, and then we're going to come back with a little bit of a halftime show. Wylie Bulldog basketball powered by Taylor Electric on the Wylie Bulldog Sports Network.
We want to say thank you. You trusted us to be a part of your life's greatest joys, to walk with you through your deepest sorrows. We are committed to serving you and your loved ones, our patients, and our community. With every service and every building are to bring better care to our home in Texas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for trusting Hendrick Health with your care for 100 years.
Frankly speaking, I was pretty nervous about buying my first ride. It felt like trying to fold a fitted sheet. Confusing and slightly terrifying. But with ATFCU's first-time auto buyer program, it's as easy as just throwing the sheet away. With great rates and free gap protection, ATFCU has me riding in style.
Get on track with the first-time auto buyer program at Abilene Teachers Federal Credit Union. Visit AbileneTeachersFCU.org for more information. All loans subject to credit union approval. Limitations apply.
At Taylor Electric Cooperative, we are more than just the services we provide. For generations, we have been the link that has connected members to our local community. From those who remember when the lights were first turned on to those who rely daily on our high-speed fiber internet, we are here to make certain that those connections never dim. Because we understand that the most important connection we will ever make is the one we make together. At Taylor Electric, we have provided generations with services for living and connections for life.
Good afternoon, Wylie sports fans. My name is Cade Paramore, and as we enter this half, we see the Dons taking a strong lead so far of 24-13. Wylie has struggled to get any rhythm going in this first half. Caleb, I'm joined with my best friend, Caleb Gosden, the phenomenal freshman of the Wylie Bulldogs production
All
AV
the seniors
team.
want me.
All the seniors want Caleb. Excellent guy. Caleb, what have you thought so far of this game?
I mean, the Lady Bulldogs have done very well over a couple of games, especially district play, going undefeated 8-0. But Palo Duro is when it starts to get hard. And they are very good on both ways. Like, they're both very evenly competent to each other. But one of the big problems I see here are fouls. Wylie had 5 fouls last period, and then a little more, around the same in the first quarter as well. Fouls and stoppage of play is what's ruining Wylie's chances of rhythm. And when you have these stoppage of plays, you can't really find a rhythm. Palo Duro's done the same thing. They had a great rhythm in the first period, but then you get into the second, and then Wylie's trying to find their rhythm, then they're getting fouled, and then they're fouling Palo Duro, can't get their defensive rhythm, but Jenna Strickland coming in, definitely helping alongside. And people like, Jenna Strickland, London Franklin, these bigger names are definitely showing off tonight. Brianna Biggerstaff having a great night tonight and scoring around 6 points so far on the night. Doing pretty good for herself. But what have you seen, Mr. Paramore?
Well, you put it very well. I think Wylie has yet to utilize very well their big women, Presley Rasmussen, Joy Maroney. But to be fair, they've been shut out on defense when it comes to inside of the paint. And I have to give Wylie some credit for at least trying. But I think if they utilized Presley Rasmussen and especially Jenna Strickland, they could get some points to fall on the board. And I think Wylie has been in a little foul trouble so far. What you said, like 5 fouls early on in this first half, hasn't been very good for the Bulldogs. 9 total fouls in the second quarter alone, 5 from Wylie, 4 from Palo Duro. And one of the other problems is they're not bad shots. They're great shot selections, great time to shoot the shots. The one problem is Palo Duro just has a great defense inside the paint, and that's something that Wylie's been seeing. They open up the second quarter. The start of the second quarter scoring was a 3 from the corner, and I mean it's just stuff like this that Wylie needs just to overcome. If they overcome it, I mean, this could be a pretty good evenly matched game like it already is, being 24-13, 11-point lead only. We still got 2 more quarters of basketball to play. We got 16 minutes so far in playtime, so another 16 to look forward to. I feel like Wylie could definitely pull something out here. Wylie could pull something out. It's all a rhythm thing. Their shots have been good. They just haven't, fallen.
Yeah. And that's nothing to blame onto Wylie. Palo Duro just has a really good defense, especially playing the aggro, being really on one another. You see these very man-to-man defensive style from Palo Duro, and that could be a struggle. Wylie doesn't really see much of that playing in district. They play there's a different defensive style in our district, but now Wylie's coming up to a different one. They're trying to adjust to it, and I feel like Coach Dwayne Hopper's doing a good job in the locker room right now, going over some new plays to try to battle against this great defensive play here from Palo Duro. And I'm looking forward to another 16 minutes of great ball.
Yes, you're right. Wylie's going to come out of this half. Maybe we'll see some ferociousness to their style of play.
Yeah. They just need to find their rhythm, and I think if they get out of foul trouble, which, I mean, Wylie's been a big foul team over the years, especially the last 2. They just like playing aggressive defense, and that causes sometimes some fouls. But it just shows that they have the passion. And I believe with this passion, with them trying to foul, I mean, they don't want to, but it happens trying to play some good defense. And it's kind of worked here, not allowing too many more here in the second quarter alone. And, I mean, just find your rhythm, and I think Wylie could definitely pull this one out and be very good. Saw that.
No, you didn't.
But on some other note, how are you feeling today, Cade?
Well, it was a long car ride.
Yeah.
And it was pretty horrible weather. I thought I know what bad weather was like in Abilene, but
when you get into this panhandle, nothing out here, dust storms all the time.
yeah, it's just dirt.
The wind, and it's bad, especially living up here. I had a dust storm back at Tuscola a few years ago. Terrible, not fun at all. It's never fun when you have to deal with stuff like that, but I feel like we got another great 16 minutes of basketball in the play. I'm going to do one ad read, and then I say we send it back to ads and come back to y'all at the start of the third.
Yeah, Caleb, you couldn't have put it any better. You
Yeah.
took the words right out of my mouth.
I know. I do that a lot. Hendrick Clinic Bone and Joint, specializing in orthopedic, sports medicine, and pain management to help you succeed through your seasons. It's Hendrick Clinic Bone and Joint. Last but not least, Lawrence Hall Chevrolet. Lawrence Hall provides a vast selection of new and used vehicles, exceptional car care, and customer service with a smile. Recognized as Abilene's best new car dealer from the Abilene Reporter News for over 20 years. Lawrence Howe Chevrolet. Well, so this one, after ads, you'll be back with Wiley Singleton and Cade Paramore.
Stay easy.
Folks, frankly speaking, I was pretty nervous about buying my first ride. It felt like trying to fold a fitted sheet. Confusing and slightly terrifying. But with ATFCU's first-time auto buyer program, it's as easy as just throwing the sheet away. With great rates and free gap protection, ATFCU has me riding in style.
Get on track with the first-time auto buyer program at Abilene Teachers Federal Credit Union. Visit AbileneTeachersFCU.org for more information. All loans subject to credit union approval. Limitations apply. Equal opportunity.
Wylie Bulldog Productions returns with more playoff basketball action. In the first half of this game, we saw something unexpected. We saw the Wylie Bulldogs, the juggernaut that absolutely ran through their district, that was highly rated in state, that was 8-0 in district, and looked utterly infallible. We watched them get dominated in the first quarter and come back a bit in the second quarter. But ultimately, this is the worst half of basketball we've seen from this team all year, and it's not even close. Joining me, the handsome and intelligent and talented Cade Paramore. Cade, what jumped out to you about the first half, man?
What jumped out to me about the first half is the Palo Duro defense. They've played this aggressive style of press defense that we haven't seen. You know, the Dogs haven't been really presented with all season, and so now it's kind of a wake-up call to see this heavy press defense, so they're going to have to, find their way to work around it.
I couldn't agree more. And not only does Duro press very well, but their back-end defense on the press is very good. Sometimes the press is this sort of overly aggressive thing that can be countered by skilled players, but theirs is fastidious.
I'm excited to see how the Dogs will come out of this half.
Yep. And here's 5 dishing.
Johnson looking to move the ball around.
And Teresa all over Adeline, number 20. Five finishes. Now, if you just joined us, number 5 on Palo Duro is one of the hard carry stars of the team, Taylor Meander, despite the fact that she's only a freshman. She's incredibly talented and has a very bright future in front of her. The Bulldogs trying to get around in terms of open looks. Here's London Franklin with 2 ladies on her, back out to Biggerstaff. This is the sort of defense Cade was talking about. They're really closing out on the pressure and even not allowing them easy shots. As that was a pretty hard foul, as I'm pretty sure that was the same young lady that issued the push right before the end of the first half to the same player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good thing they called that one. London Franklin to take 2.
These are big shots, man. Because remember, with no shot clock in high school basketball, the other team doesn't exactly have to push the issue. And as good as the Duro defense has been, you don't want to get in one of these situations where you're running out of time. You know what I'm saying? You want to get back in striking distance with plenty of time, or you're not having to force things based off of the time itself. That one boarded by number 5. Taylor slung down to 4, kicks it to 1, back out to 2, doesn't go. And Franklin with the rebound tries to get it back to Biggerstaff, who wasn't really expecting it, and 4 gets it. And there's Teresa Nduki, the defensive wizard. Jump ball.
Excellent hustle right there by Teresa.
Yes, and Wylie will retain possession, down by a dozen.
Biggerstaff calling out a play.
Into Teresa. Euro step. Doesn't go. Rebounded. Desiree to Adeline. No good. Again, no good. Maroney with the board.
Looking for an open girl. She'll decide to take it down herself. It's out on Johnson. You know, I really like being courtside. I haven't done this before. We haven't been courtside before. I really like this.
That's true. It's for guys like me and Caleb that have trouble seeing, it's certainly way easier to see who has the ball, especially some of these ponytail users. This one to Teresa, who gives a beautiful pass into Maroney, who either got it blocked or was hit on the arm there, because that one didn't have much juice on it at all. But a beautiful feed. I really love the kick to the cutter there. They need more of that. It was a good look.
And it's number 4. She'll drive in, and it's stuffed by Maroney.
Huge. The Wylie crowd growing restless behind us as they see 14 up on the board, and they're thinking, what is it, 4 minutes into the game? Because the Bulldogs have just really run up huge leads on teams all season long. Very quickly, again into the paint, kicked out to the corner. Cash. London Franklin, a badly needed three-pointer.
Scores now 26-17. So we'll see Johnson. Whoa. Big foul.
Yeah, a huge amount of contact there.
Well, got to give it to Teresa for the hustle. I mean, now we're finally seeing some press out of the ladies.
Yeah, and Teresa has been playing pretty aggro all game. And oftentimes when the Bulldogs do their style of press, it'll be Teresa pressing solo and the other one's a little bit further back. And when we see Duro do the press, it's often like 2 girls trapping. It's more in a more aggressive pressing style.
And we'll see Teresa take a seat as we'll see Cameron Long check in for the first time in this half. See what she'll do.
Yep, Cameron a shooter.
Cameron is an excellent shooter.
Duro finds Adeline. Kicks it out. Foul.
We'll see number 2, Bryant Smith, the senior, to inbound it. Long pass. Looking to get something set up here. Johnson's going to drive in. Takes a contested shot. Air ball.
Rebounded by 2. And Strickland gets called for the foul there, unfortunately.
Number 2, Bryant Smith, will go to the line.
And when the game is this low scoring, every point matters as that one falls. Back up to a double-digit lead here for Duro. That one falls as well.
Here comes Biggerstaff, calling out for a play.
Nice screen there from Vieta. Back to Biggerstaff. Pivot foot. It's all over. Wow, look at one.
Hard defense right there from Desire Burks. See a timeout be called.
We really haven't seen the Bulldogs press like this, Paramore. We really haven't seen the Bulldogs defended in such an ardent, stark way. We've watched them all season basically just get to do whatever they want, and they go into this game, and every single action is contested. And it's a very, very different vibe. It's one of these things that if you really consider deeply, these girls have not only like dealt with this style of competition. We're not really talking about that as much as we're talking about the feeling and the emotion of being snowballed on, and we can't just walk our opponents down and get away with whatever we want. The tenor and tone of the game completely changes, and that exists irrespective of strategies or knowing what your opponent is doing. It's a more emotional thing. You know, if basketball is a game of runs, then it is also an emotional game.
Excellent point right there by you, Singleton.
London Franklin grabs it. Dangerous pass back as she gets trapped. Super aggro, pounded in the face. No call there. London Franklin trying to find the open lady. High point pass back to Biggerstaff. Here's two. Thinks about it. Shoots it. It's short though. And she tries to press Adeline, who will give it back to their star, Taylor, number 5.
Wylie yet to press on that play. Johnson will look around. Hands it to 5. Contested shot right there, as it's almost rebounded by Strickland.
That'll be Wylie ball.
A little under 3.5 minutes here in this third period. Score 28-17. The Dons with a solid lead. As Biggerstaff saunters on down the court, trying to get something set up.
Long to Franklin.
Back to Long.
She drives and gets closed out on by 2. Outlet pass to Adeline. It's a dime as she, whoa, what a feed from Adeline, as she had 2 defenders on her and intelligently kicked it to the left at the last second. Note that she wasn't looking to the left. It looked like she was going to finish the whole way. Boom, perfect feed.
And we saw an excellent finish right there by the freshman.
And a blocking foul there.
Wylie going to sub in 3, and we'll see Grace Chavez get her first minutes of this game.
Yes, Grace a shooter. As Vieta comes off.
Yet to see Teresa come back in after that hard hit center court.
Yes. Well, they're going to need her if they're going to mount this comeback.
Oh, yeah. Chavez to inbound. Looking around.
Right to Maroney, who is insta-doubled. Jump ball. Yeah, the Bulldogs are really struggling to deal with the press.
We'll see Johnson take it down.
Here's Taylor, their star. Throws it into 1 who can't grab it. 4 does. Back to 5. Good ball movement here from the Dons. Adeline slashing, super aggro lefty finish. Goodness gracious. Number 20, Adeline Johnson with a nasty finish. Great plays from her.
Let's see how the Dogs respond.
Tick, tick, tick. They're running out of time. Biggerstaff moving around. The coach is calling for Grace. Open, doesn't want it. Back to Biggerstaff. Back out to Grace. Back out to Biggerstaff. Pressed. Biggerstaff, wide open. Blocked though.
3.
What a closeout. Duro ball.
We'll see Rasmussen and Teresa check back in as we'll instant timeout.
Yeah, and I'm going to give a shout out to some of our sponsors here, like Hendrick Clinic Bone and Joint. They specialize in orthopedic, sports medicine, and pain management to help you succeed through your sessions. It's Hendrick Clinic Bone and Joint. I'd also like to shout out Lawrence Hall Chevrolet. Lawrence Hall provides a vast selection of new used vehicles, exceptional car care and customer service with a smile. Recognizes Abilene's best new car dealer by Abilene Reporter News for over 20 years. Lawrence Hall Chevrolet. As the score sits 32-17, what is the one thing the Dogs need to focus on to come back in this game, Paramore?
Well, right before the half ended, we saw a really quick play where we saw this excellent ball movement here and an easy shot by Brianna. If the Dogs want to mount a comeback, they're going to have to get the ball moving around. They're going to have to get the ball in the paint. It's more, shooting hasn't been working. We got to think of something else. They've got to get the ball inside of the big women.
Totally agree. We've seen Jenna Strickland get quite a bit of playing time and has had impact in the paint. But as far as getting the paint players these good open looks, Rasmussen, Strickland, getting these ladies good looks in the block, it just hasn't really been a thing.
Yeah, you couldn't have put it better. We'll see Teresa and Duque come back in for that hard hit.
And Gray Chavez on the point guard. Chavez, rather. And she is playing super aggressive. And Teresa with the closeout. Good no call there. Little press action. Maroney split the difference. Adeline finds the elbow to Teresa maybe. That's how I saw it. And Duro will inbound. That one into 2. Finds 5. Back to Adeline.
Johnson double teamed. Swings it around. London, excellent defense.
Wow, good feed. What a pass. You can see why this Palo Duro Dons team made playoffs. Their ability to pass in the paint and find the open woman who's cutting is simply exceptional. Teresa stopped out to Maroney, who is again limited to the perimeter. Most of the Bulldogs offense has been outside this game, as that one is errant. Perhaps tipped.
Well, it wasn't a bad shot by Teresa.
It was an open look, to be sure.
Yeah, and she's known for that. Vieta check in place of Teresa.
Everything going wrong for the Dogs here today.
Certainly a different Bulldog team we've seen the rest of the season as Chloe
rattles out. Rasmussen, it goes. A huge putback from her.
Very good. Johnson taking it down fast. See the freshman drive in. Shot. No good. Rebounded by Maroney.
Yeah, and Duro is going to get a chance to set back up in their defense. Maroney slashing right side. Lay-in goes. What a play from her. And Adeline will try to see what she can do. Starting the attack. Finds an open woman directly beneath the basket, but her footwork is a bit confused, and the lay-in is errant. About 10 seconds left. Maroney being pressured hard. Rasmussen around the top of the key. And that one deflected with ease. 2 seconds left.
Here she goes. Oh.
Doesn't go. But that'll be the end of the quarter. So the Palo Duro Dons still dominating this game. They're up 13 points. And the Wylie Bulldogs are a meager quarter away from seeing another first-round exit after an incredible district display. Paramore, how do they stop the bleeding?
Well, to stop the bleeding, they're going to have to start making some of these shots. It sounds vague, but it really is. Wylie's had good open shots. They just haven't really gotten to fall. So they're really going to have to hone in their senses and concentrate and make the shot. And like I've said time and time again, they're going to have to get the ball inside of the bigger women to get the shot. And I say that, but their defense has just really been locking up, so I don't blame the Dogs for not utilizing that. So that's what's going to have to happen to the Dogs to stop this bleeding.
Yeah, great points from you. And I like what you pointed out there, where it's almost like easier said than done in terms of getting the ball to those post players, because they are being fastidiously guarded. They are playing against people who are very talented. But remember, the Wylie Bulldogs went into this game as the 8-0 district-winning heavy favorite.
Fourth quarter about to be underway.
You know what's really jumped out to me is the passing ability of the Palo Duro Dons. It's like every player on their team has great court vision and plays selflessly.
Yes, you're right. They've got some really good ball movement so far.
Into Rasmussen, long two, doesn't go. London, count that one, a big board and putback. Good start for the Dogs. The season could potentially all come down to this quarter. Abilene slings it to the corner. She's being guarded by London. Oh, nice fake pass there. That's a travel. She's not doing the travel signal, though.
Coach Hopper not liking that one.
So presumably not a travel. So Duro is going to retain possession.
We'll see another stoppage in play as time stands still.
Like the Rush song.
Like the Rush song.
Oh, good defense there by Franklin, and she's going to start the attack. One all over. Count that one. A huge play from Franklin. London Franklin, one of the stars of this team, even going back seasons before. This young lady can't stop, won't stop, completely relentless. And there she is again, Franklin. It's only a 9-point game. And she will try to aggress by the point guard, Vieta from the corner. Not sure what to do. Back to Franklin. Biggerstaff thinking about it. Maroney. Little shot fake. Biggerstaff pressured. Here comes the trap. Maroney, she finds the open woman. Well played. 22 Giga open on the corner.
Big
Three ball.
Oh, won't go.
Doesn't go, but Vieta. Good effort play from Chloe. But it'll be Duro ball.
You know, it's not a Singleton and Cade broadcast if there isn't a Rush reference dropped in.
Oh, I'm just glad I caught it. How brutal would it have been when we were doing the VOD review gauntlet tomorrow if I just missed it? Ugh, that would have been bad. 4 kicks it back to Adeline, who's been rock solid all night. Vieta really pressuring her hard. London Franklin as well. London playing exceptionally this quarter. Point guard Desire drives, and the Bulldogs get another turnover. Man, this could be their quarter as a foul gets called. And the coach looks at Desiree like, you shouldn't have tried to swipe at Desire rather, not Desiree. You shouldn't have tried to swipe at the ball in that instance. It was a silly foul, the coach is telling her.
Momentum is start to be picked up again here by the Dogs. 9-point game.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the Dogs are like a 3-ball away from like the momentum completely shifting and it almost being like a new game. And we see a bit of consternation here as the Duro coach is talking with the refs, maybe asking what sort of foul it is or whom it was on.
Another stoppage in play.
As we see Coach Hopper on one hemisphere of the court and the coach of Duro on another hemisphere of the court.
Hemispheres.
That's right. Hoping beyond hope that they're able to affect their students with their permanent waves of coaching. As we sit here in the camera eye during a live broadcast, about 6 minutes left in this one, Bulldogs down, desperately trying to fight back. They're doing a great job. Over to Franklin, who's been red hot all quarter. Desperation to Presley, and her foot was in fact out there. Probably about 3 inches of heel there. And really that's just credit to the Duro defenses. They've been pressuring so hard all night, but those are the sort of fouls that occur when you do play like that. Number 20, Adeline with the ball. She's had a great game.
She really has. Her defense has been tenacious as she
3.
takes a 3.
Oh!
Right in the heart.
A brutal hammer blow. As Adeline Johnson has been not only very consistent, but a very solid player as that one is ripped away relentlessly by the trap. And 10 will try to finish. Presley with a strong foul, the sort of foul that emphatically states this isn't going to be an and one. It's just going to be a foul. Not a dirty play either, to be clear, just a good solid foul.
Number 10, Danny Gilbreth, sophomore, here to take 2 after running into Presley like a wall.
Yep. That one goes.
Danny Gilbreth unfazed from the crowd noise.
You remember that scene from Anchorman where Brick Tamlin is holding the hand grenade in the fight, just walking around going, ah! That's what the crowd sounded like. There it is again. One person really doesn't want him to make this free throw. Maroney gets pressured, finds Teresa. 5.5 minutes left, and Teresa gets pressured super hard, and a travel gets called. And the Bulldogs, frankly, have looked like they haven't played against an aggressive trapping team all season long.
Yeah, that's about all you can say about that. You know, Wylie, it's starting to become a wake-up call once they've really hit, a hard defensive team, because early on throughout that district stretch, pretty easy for the Dogs. Once they came across Abilene High and Cooper and even Memorial, who was quite shocking in that game, now it's starting to really hit the Dogs. They're playing a real defensive team.
And London Franklin doing what she can to keep the season going. Doesn't go. Back iron. Teresa has it touched again, and that one's stolen away. Unfortunately, the Dogs not able to convert, as now a fast break is being attempted. Number 4, and a whistle gets blown. A trip, I think. Coach Hopper's daughter bellowing. Double dribble there from the crowd. Adorable.
Reminds me of the little girl from that Denzel Washington movie, Remember the Titans?
Reminds me of some of the people in our AV basketball games calling those ticky-tack fouls. I had it as a double dribble, though, too, to be fair. No, I'm just joking around, fellas. Number 4 has been dynamite all night.
She really has. It's number 4, Zainab Dang.
It's been her, number 5, Taylor Meander, and number 20, Adeline Johnson, have been the stars of this team. Did you know Adeline Johnson's only a freshman, too? Her and number 5 are only freshmen?
Well,
that's crazy. Okay, and we see London Franklin tries the putback, gets fouled pretty hard.
She goes down.
It's been all London Franklin for the Dogs this period. She's really been playing well.
It has. You really got to give her credit for having a lot of hustle.
And a lot of heart.
Very much.
She hasn't been whining at all or complaining or, visibly, but I can tell that, she's tired and a little dinged up, and she's got the knee brace on, and she's really giving it her all like a true warrior.
Yes.
And you've got to appreciate that.
Like Jimmy Butler in the bubble final.
Was that when he had his emo hair?
Well, it's when they got that shot of him, bent over the railing, looking exhausted.
Oh, yeah. So here's Franklin. 40-25 your score. That one goes.
For the Dogs, every point is needed. London's kind of grabbing that side a little bit after taking that hard fall to the floor.
Yeah, and Teresa Nduki not on the court. And that would be the lady that you would really look to get a turnover. But Maroney gets it done. What a play from her. Cameron Long gets it insta-closed out on by 2 people. Whistle blows. We see the emphatic, aggressive trap of Palo Duro being relentlessly employed here at Paramore.
They have. They've done really well when it comes to the trapping. Maroney to inbound it. Cameron emphatically calling for it, but she'll throw it to London at the top.
Trapped again. Where's the open woman? You got to find the open woman. Into the post there. It's the right idea. Great defense from 2. Oh, swarming, suffocating defense here from Duro. They cut off the passing lanes. They play super close to their opponents. They're there for the rebounds. And when it comes time to trap, not only do they trap in unison, but the other members of the team closed the passing lanes. Wylie just has not had an answer for this trap.
Caleb Briley to inbound it.
Here's Biggerstaff. Loses it, gets it back. Driving, kicking, wide open.
Big three here. Won't go.
Doesn't go. Maroney rejected. Back up again. Nope. Back up again. Nope. Foul though.
See Maroney come to the line. Maroney here to take two. Any points could help the Dogs here. It's time dwindling down here in this fourth quarter. First one good. Teresa coming back in.
And, you know, you have to consider that any win for the Dogs is just mathematically going to have some turnovers. Like Teresa's probably going to have to make a play. And Adeline is so careful with the ball, it's just going to be very hard. Look at that perfect pass. And even though it doesn't go, that's the sort of play that Duro has executed with relentless precision all day long. Maroney throws it to someone who wasn't ready. That one knocked away as well. And again, the Duro defense is simply suffocating. The closeouts are everywhere. The pressure's everywhere.
Kaylin Briley going to the line here for two. Score of 40-27. A little under 3.5 minutes in this fourth quarter. First one won't go. Number 3, Bradeja Davis, the sophomore, go in for Bryce Smith.
Jump ball. A favorite of girls basketball, the jump ball.
We saw it all throughout that Stanley Wisenhunt.
It was never ending during that thing, seemingly. So Adeline with the ball here, the rock-solid player. Look at that outlet pass, man. She's like Steve Nash out there. That might have been a charge, though. Good charge. Good drawing of the charge by Biggerstaff, rather.
Yeah, I like that style of play. Hands it to Biggerstaff. Pass back to Maroney.
3 minutes left. Trap again. Rasmussen. And a whistle blows as a travel's called.
Costly travel right there by the Dogs.
And the Dogs just are completely out of sorts by this trap. They look as though they've never played against the trap before. As the two players come up, they're unable to find the open lady. There's not a lot of like save me type, get me out of the trap, like lateral movement, you know, like when your teammate helps you when they see you're getting trapped. The passing from Palo Duro has just been so good, like so consistent, so sharp, so selfless.
Very.
There, a turnover here. London Franklin, this has got to be points. Here's London.
Oh, brother.
You note that the official down at the baseline went to call that a blocking foul, and the other official called it a charge. So, yeah, the official that Coach Hopper's talking to initially called blocking foul, and then the other official said charge. I had it as a blocking foul, personally, Paramore.
Looks like a solid blocking foul to me.
It'll be Duro ball here. The uber consistent Duro attack will start again as 3 beautiful passes are executed. Timeout Duro. We'll take a timeout of our own. This is Wylie Bulldog Productions and Wylie Bulldog Basketball, powered by Taylor Cooperative on the Wylie Bulldog Sports Network.
At Borland Sobin & Partners, Invisalign makes getting a straighter smile simple and stress-free. With clear removable aligners, you can skip the brackets and wires and still get amazing results. We customize every Invisalign plan to fit comfortably and work efficiently, so your teeth straighten over time. You can brush with ease and smile without feeling self-conscious. And we're with you every step of the way, offering expert care and guidance from start to finish. At BSP Dentistry, straightening your smile is comfortable, natural, and easy.
The best tailgates start with the best beef. And the best beef starts with United Supermarkets. United Supermarkets, where we do beef the best.
And we have returned with the first round of the playoffs. The heavy favorite Wylie Bulldogs currently trail by 13 points with 2.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Remember, it's single elimination, best of one. Palo Duro has displayed exceptional passing and great teamwork all game, along with just a brutal press defense that has flummoxed the Bulldogs, holding them to a meager 27 points. This is a Bulldogs team that was putting up 75, 65, insane totals for girls basketball on their opponents this season. Cade Paramore is my co-caster today. And Cade, we've seen almost this entire game as Adeline drains another shot. Number 20, Adeline Johnson, has been nearly perfect tonight. What has jumped out to you, Paramore, about this game?
What's jumped out to me is how well the Palo Duro Dons have passed the ball and how well their defense been. It's really shut down the Dogs. And, first time this season that we've seen this heavy press defense, once the player comes across half-court line, they're just instantly pressed. Something that we haven't seen, and by we, I mean the team as a whole hasn't seen.
Yes.
It's kind of shocked them a little bit, and we're seeing the effects of that. As it's stolen away by Cameron Long.
Great play from Cameron. She'll make the layup, too.
Easy buckets.
Yeah, and a timeout gets called. And we'll do a verbal ad read here. Abilene Glass and Mirror. Since 1946, Abilene Glass and Mirror has been Abilene's preferred glass and mirror shop. And you're sure to find what you're looking for. Visit them online at AbileneGlass.com. We've got one more ad read here for you.
Yeah, Borland.
Alrighty, hello, this is the person recording your streams, Taylor Morera, and I'm here to present to you Taylor Electric Cooperative. Taylor Electric Cooperative is still owned by the members it serves. Still neighbors working for neighbors. Services for living, connections for life. Taylor Electric Cooperative.
How about that? That really was something. From the cameraman, everyone contributing. Big ups to the cameraman Taylor on that one. Got Caleb Gosden doing production on the Lappy, and of course, Cade Paramore here with me.
Great crew we got rolling with tonight.
It's the Vibes crew for sure.
I would have loved to see Luke, though. Luke, shout out from all of us here in Lubbock. We miss you.
Absolutely.
As the Steve Perry audio drains down, we'll see less than 2 minutes here in this fourth quarter. What will happen?
Yeah, any win condition here for the Wylie Bulldogs is centered around turnovers, simply put. This is one of those things where, I keep bringing her up because she is the defensive wizard and the super aggro press player who's been tormenting point guards all season long. But it almost is one of these things of like Teresa just has to make a crazy steal and then get an easy deuce and then do it again, to be honest, because we're just running out of time here. Adeline Johnson, who's just pretty much played perfect tonight, number 20 on Duro. Very talented young lady, great passer. As that one's to their carry, and Cameron Long pushed her a touch. A good call there. Yeah, we're reaching that point here with no shot clock in high school basketball where, you kind of have to foul or they're just going to dribble it out on you.
Yeah, and then time can really stand still.
Yes. Like the movie The Irishman. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video. That one goes. So here's Teresa, guarded by the much taller Taylor. Maroney finds the open shooter who takes it. Doesn't go. Rasmussen
Wrestles it away.
to Maroney. Back to Rasmussen. There it is. Nice two-point play.
See, that's what I was talking about, man. If that had happened any other time in this game.
Yeah, there's been about 4 minutes this game where the Dogs look like themselves as an instant conversion from Duro. Every time Wylie has made a play that is emblematic of their true offensive ability, it has been insta-answered on the other end by either a fast break like that or a three-point play. Rasmussen in the paint, you can count that one, as what Cade Paramore pointed out earlier is really coming to fruition is, Teresa almost gets in there. London almost gets in there. Note how aggro they're playing. They've got to have a turnover here. And a whistle gets blown. 33-44.
Number 10, Danny Gilbreth, sophomore. Take a shot. As the time dwindles down on a windy day here in Lubbock.
This is what it sounds like when you ask freshmen to do work. The magnanimous Cade Paramore showing love to both teams. What a guy. As Teresa super aggressively cuts in and a whistle gets blown. And I think that's a reach. 2 shots for the defensive Wizard. And so if you were worried or wondering where all the previous girls basketball games on the channel were, Coach Hopper asked us to put them as unlisted or private on YouTube, saying that the other teams would discover his strategies if we kept the VODs up. So if Wylie loses this game, we will make all the games public, and you will be able to go back and watch those district victories as much as you want. But if you're a basketball fan, a fan of this team, as I'm sure if you're watching now you are, probably wondering, like, where do those streams go? In fact, I've even had some of the players come up to me and ask Cade, which I figured the coach would have told them, but apparently not. So we're going to throw it to ad break here. This is Wylie Bulldog Basketball powered by Taylor Electric on the Wylie Bulldog Sports Network.
At Taylor Electric Cooperative, we are more than just the services we provide. For generations, we have been the link that has connected members to our local community. From those who remember when the lights were first turned on to those who rely daily on our high-speed fiber internet, we are here to make certain that those connections never dim. Because we understand that the most important connection we will ever make is the one we make together. At Taylor Electric, we have provided generations with services for living and connections.
For over 30 years, Lawrence Hall in Abilene has been voted Abilene's best new car dealer by our customers. That's because we offer the best products from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, and the best customer service too. And that is still true today. Great products and great customer service. So the next time you need a new car, truck, or SUV, come see us or visit us online 24/7 at LawrenceHallAbileneOnline.com. Why go anywhere else?
Wylie Bulldog basketball returns. The Dogs, with a meager 40 seconds left, are down by double digits. And the Palo Duro Dons, as the ball gets stripped away there, Maroney, great steal from her, kicks it into Teresa, who gets it blocked, but a foul is called as some hand was touched there. And you've got to give credit to 20, Adeline Johnson, because even though she was on the other side of the court when that one began, she managed to scream down the court like a red barchetta and take away that free lay-in.
That won't go for Nduki.
And so this one live doesn't go. So that one's into 10, and another whistle's called.
And we'll saunter on down to the other side of the court. I don't see number 10, Danny Gilbert, sophomore. Take two.
I think Paramore is going to give a shout out here. Paramore wants to give a shout out, but he's off put by the children's screams. And it does not go. And Teresa will start the attack. Kick to the corner. Franklin. Oh, doesn't go. Teresa with the board, kicks it out. 15 seconds. Doesn't go. Okay. And the Duro crowd getting whipped up into a frenzy after they've watched their Dons just play exceptional. I mean, just brilliant passing, great team play. Pressure defense, the whole nine. The whole nine. And rightfully so, dribbling out the clock is Adeline Johnson, who played nearly a perfect game, Cade. She's my star of the game.
She's played very well. Don's played a very good game. Got to give it to him.
Yep. So as we see the handshake line here, who is going to be your star of the game?
Well, Don's played well. They got the win. You know, it'd be crazy if I didn't give it to a Don player. I think, you know, freshman Adeline Johnson played well. She had a great game. You know, I think Don's really handed it to us.
Yeah, all the credit in the world goes to the Palo Duro Dons, their incredible team, and their talented coaching staff. This was a coaching staff that had these young ladies humming. If you look at their passing, this is a team that is just absolutely selfless. This is a team that, if you really just examine it, doesn't seem to have a weakness. I'm not sure about their bench depth, but their starters were certainly lethal. And this is a team with a couple underclassmen on it. We have on our roster here that both number 5 and number 20, two of the hard carries were freshmen, so they're going to be really good in the future, man.
Played a good game. Got to hand it to them. But it'd be crazy if I didn't say the Dogs didn't have one of the best seasons that they had in many, many years. 29-5. I mean,
it was a great regular
record.
season. Great regular season for them. But what do you think would be like the takeaway from this game? Because it's an upset to be sure. It's shocking if you're a Wylie fan. Essentially every broadcast that we've done since then has been a massive walkover with an average margin of victory of 45 points. So whenever you get upset like this in the first round, where do you go from here? What does it mean, Paramore?
Well, you got to sit down and you really got to think about it for just a minute. You know, what did we do wrong in this game that caused us to have this outcome? And I think the outcome that Coach Hopper needs to look at is we didn't execute well in the paint, couldn't move the ball around very well, and we got trapped at midcourt. Those are the three takeaways that he can take away from this game and improve on.
Now let me ask you something, Paramore. Do you think that it was lack of subterfuge or the other team knowing all of Wylie's strategies that led them to ruin today?
Well, that's a great point. I mean, they must have somehow figured out our plays. But they played a very good game defensive-wise. And I think Wylie, you know, has some great plays, and they've executed them well before. Just tonight wasn't the night for that. But all respects to Coach Dwayne Hopper. He led a really good Wylie girls team, and I loved watching the season, and I loved calling it. I love going to the games and hooting and hollering. So shout out to our Wylie girls team.
Absolutely. The girls had a phenomenal season, a cadre of talented young ladies, and it's worth noting many of these young ladies will be back. This roster is just flecked with underclassmen. Although, it is worth noting Joya Maroney, a senior, Presley Masrusin, a senior, Jenna Strickland, a senior.
And the 3 big girls that they'll be losing will have to get some height in come next year.
Absolutely. And the games from the earlier part of the season from the girls will now be moved from private to public. So you're welcome to sag and sift through those VODs if that is your thing. For Wylie, go ahead, Paramore.
Don't worry, though, the boys playing a game today.
Yes, the boys playing senior night, Wichita Falls Legacy. It's a bummer we couldn't be there.
I know,
right? But a big ups to Coach Ruffin and all of his proud young warriors as they sit in second place and do everything they can to try to maintain that second seed and not have to really go into the meat grinder of Amarillo Caprock, which is that school's really good, man. They're really good. So as it stands, this is going to be the end of the girls' season. The VODs will be up. And overall, it was a good game. Big ups to every one of my incredibly talented students who did the game with me. Taylor, Mariah, Caleb, Gosden, Cade, Paramore. Listen to me with the proper nouns. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hammer the like button, and share the link with your friends because this one will not be privated.